Hey guys, it's just another video, a little more progress done on this 125. I've got it filled up halfway right now. That's good enough for me, honestly. I was gonna fill it more, but I've been really busy with work, so I wasn't able to get it up high enough. Like I wanted to get it to like 80% and leave it sitting for a while, but this thing has been sitting like this for probably 4 or 5 days now, if not longer. I'm about to clean it and then drain it down, put my couple rock buckets of substrate in here, and then put some new plants in, start filling her up a little bit, see how my aquascaping goes with it. I just got a order in today from aquarium co-op, so here's what I have the piranhas in for right now. This is the first peek at them on the channel, but I got these 12 piranhas. I got a bunch of plants in today. I think I got 10 of them in today, and I've had ordered a couple last time I ordered from them. I have a bunch of my own plants, and a lot of them floated instead of being rooted down. But this is just one clip of the video. I'm gonna end up merging them together. Figured out how to do that. But I'm excited to see how all this goes planted in there. I have some more driftwood and whatnot, but I'm gonna get started. All right, and here is the tank as it is so far. There's still more to go on it. I got 2 3-foot lights up there with hanging from a few different chains put together, and I had one of them before in the tank, and it made all the plants grow perfectly fine, so I got a second one. So now there's 2. Put all the old gravel in here, and that has a bunch of old type of bacteria, everything that the plants are feeding off of, so they should root in good, all the plants. I got quite a few different ones. I'm going to get some sand, put a layer of sand on top, so it's a pretty, just plants coming out of the sand, but I want a nice base layer of stuff. I have this bottle from aquarium co-op of root tabs, so I'm gonna take these, and there's I think 20 in there, and put them around all the different plants, help them root. I have some rocks on here to help keep that piece down, because I had it out of the water for a bit, so it was floating. But I have some pothos up there, and tied some moss to different pieces to see how it attaches and grows. Hopefully it starts taking over each piece as they are. But hoping to get some sand for in here, but they weren't open today, so I have to wait another 2 days till I can get some sand, and I'll go in here and put it in with just a cup, and then I'll get it up to the right temp height when once I put all the sand in. I just didn't want to have to take out water. I got a heater going in here right now, so this is getting up to temperature. It's at about 70 degrees right now. I just put the heater in, so it'll get up there. I like to keep my guys at like about 80, anywhere from 80 to 85. Not really positive what you're supposed to keep the red bellies on. I had looked it up before, but I always like to keep the tank decently warm. Very, very excited to put some fish in here. I might throw some tiger barbs in here just to see how everything goes, and as well as throw an air bubble on here. I'm gonna hook up this filter or buy a new filter and throw that media into the new filter to help jumpstart it and make it start functioning as normal. So I'm very excited to put all the fish in here, got all the plants going, and then put all the root tabs in. I also made some polycarbonate lids. I cut out corners so I can pop it up on all of them. I got right here for my feeding hole, back there for my heater, and then as I put on the filter and figure out where everything else is going to be, I'll cut out little pieces. But that was my first time using it. It's pretty sweet. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm definitely going to buy some more from other tanks and yeah, I'm gonna get started some others. But this is just another clip in the video. I'm gonna get some sand in it and probably put the piranhas in it before I release this video. Alright guys, so as you can see, I got the piranhas in here. I got some tiger barbs and a couple, 3 Siamese alge eaters. The tank is pretty much done. I'd say probably 85% done. I still have a few things I want to do. I'm gonna, once the wood is definitely gonna stay underwater, I'm gonna pull those rocks off, and I have a few more of them, so I'm gonna probably put a few more in the tank just to change up the aquascape a little bit. But I want to put a light switch on this so I can have the lights put onto the light switch with a some finished paneling all around this. I will have some doors I have to cut in, so I just have to figure out where everything's gonna be. Put some 2x4s in underneath and fur this out a little bit so I can put the electrical box on there and have a light switch to turn the lights on and off, because with this tank currently I just have an extension cord with 2, and I plug them in to this 6-way or 5-way right here, and I have filter plugged in, the heater, the air pump, and then I just pull the light switch one out every time I want to shut off the lights. Probably not the best way to do it, but it works for now. When I do the light switch, it'll be nice and pretty, and you can always just hit the switch nice and easy. But I got the filter hooked up from underneath. This was their old filter on the 110 they had, and I actually had this filter on a 125. Got rid of that 125, changed it up, had a 90 here, had a 75, and then went to a 110. And now I'm back to a 125. I should have just stayed with it and I would have been happy, but here I am resealing the whole tank, painting it, getting it all ready again. But I got this filter, works good, but I might add another one onto this tank. Just as they grow, and there's gonna be more ammonia and stuff in the water that I'll want to have out. I have and whatnot to be filtered. But right now I have the intake behind a piece of wood. It's blowing down, so it kind of has a little current through the tank for the plants and the fish. I'm gonna eventually add a CO2 tank on this. I have one, I have the regulator and everything. I used it on a 55-gallon planted tank I had, but I wasn't too much of a fan of, well, not a fan, but I couldn't find anybody to refill it. I think I know some people that I could ask about getting the tank refilled or replaced and get a new one, which I will do to add to this tank. And I'll put the CO2 on the same light switch outlet, because I'll just cut an extension cord in half and wire it to the light switch, and I'll leave a spot for the CO2, so the lights go on, the CO2 turns on, lights go off, CO2 turns off, and that way won't starve these guys of oxygen overnight. You know, worst case if there was too much CO2 going in it with the lights off. But this tank is pretty much done. I added the sand yesterday, let it all settle overnight, and these piranhas definitely seem to like the longer landscape than the 110. They're pretty sweet. I love watching them, just sitting here, just watching them school back and forth. Pretty happy with this tank so far. Like I said, I still have some plans just for the stand to make it look better, and maybe add a couple rocks in there and the light switch. But this is pretty much done, set up. I think I have my tank toppers I showed earlier. I was able to do those. I'm really happy with these. I've never done these before on a tank, and they were it's really cheap, easy, and is durable. They look good and can be cleaned up. Very happy with this tank so far. Quick little story is I actually got a 12-pack of piranhas online for my first set of piranhas, and unfortunately, they started eating each other. Every day I'd come and find one missing, and there'd be no bodies or anything, just gone. I was feeding them once a day, switched twice a day, still doing it every day. So then it got down to 2 piranhas. So there was only 2, which I still have. It's the 2 biggest ones here, those 2 right there. They were eating everybody, but they were the last 2. So instead of waiting for them to get too big, I ordered a 10-pack of piranhas. So now I got 12 piranhas. And these guys coexisted in the 110. The same tank, everything was the same. I just added 10 more piranhas, and it was a different group of piranhas, and I don't know why. Maybe they just felt they were so much bigger they didn't need to pick on them, so they're not. So these guys are all been coexisting in the same tank in the 110, and then I moved them to the 55 for as a holding tank while I got this one ready in the 110 out of the way. And they've been pretty good in this now for a couple days. I actually added them before I put the sand in, and then I added the sand after. But they're pretty cool. I'll definitely get a feeding video in soon, because it's pretty awesome to watch them. They just go nuts once they get in feeding mode. And yeah, just want to show this tank one more last time. You will notice some of them do have some thin nip, but that's part of the piranhas. Unfortunately, they like to nip each other's fins, and some of the tiger barbs have little bits missing, but it is what it is. They're just in there with piranhas and trying to live, but hopefully with the more space they can hide a little bit, or just, you know, survive. Like these 3 Siamese alligators. These guys have been with the piranhas since the beginning, and nothing's happened to them. They maybe have a little bit nipped here and there, but they've been pretty awesome living in there with them. Not getting picked on. Honestly, they stay away from them, like you see. But they're not as afraid of them.